A plan to reduce the frequency of warrant or fitness checks for later model cars has fuelled plenty of debate this week. The changes are planned for next year. They include a move to annual rather than 6-month inspections for cars first registered after the year 2000. The Motor Trade Association has opposed the move, claiming it will cause the loss of 2,000 jobs. Former NTA National President Roker is here to give us his thoughts. Good evening, Roy.
Evening.
Tell us about the sort of issues that the MTA has with this proposed change.
I think the main issues we've got are the safety factor, the fact that cars will be going a year without anyone looking at them. If we borderline stuff at the warrant, and normally in 6 months' time it will come back, we'll catch it, but now it's going to go a year. So a tyre with 2 mils wear left will then have to go a year, and probably people will wait till that time. And we've also got the police. We can't see how you could possibly do a check on the side of the road. To check tyres, you need to lift the car in the air. Plus the fact we also check more than about 30 items, so that's seatbelt, lights, tyres, brakes, suspension, so there's lots and lots of things, and it's just impossible to do on the side of the road.
Now, the MTA has talked about job losses. What areas are they expected and why?
Well, with less warrants, to be a warrant inspector you have to be a senior man with a A-grade certificate or qualified, and so those people will then go on and do the ordinary mundane jobs, and the apprentices and the people that aren't so skilled that might do the smaller jobs will be put off. We're estimating there could be as much as 2,000 job losses. Most small firms will probably have to lose one person. Yes.
Higher insurance premiums are another concern from the MTA. Why would that be a result?
Well, they're picking that there'll be more accidents, so the insurance companies won't like that, so therefore they'll be putting up premiums to cover that. So, yeah.
Potentially not a win-win for the consumer.
Well, we don't think there's any winning here at all. When we do a warrant, we do a lot of other work and checks, so we'll see if there's a radiator leaking or maybe a bad oil leak, and we'll mention it to people. So if you go a year and that carries on, well then probably the motor's going to seize or something like that. So we think there'll be a lot more costs eventually. It might be less work initially for us, but eventually there'll probably be a lot more work because there'll be a lot of cars that are going to come to grief. Yes.
The AA has come out in support of the changes. They believe that cars are a lot more safer and more reliable now than they were in the past. What's your response to that? Well,
the cars are definitely safer because they've got airbags and ABS brakes and that sort of thing. And they are more reliable, but that's not a safety issue. They still wear out tyres. The newer cars are lower, they have wider tyres. Quite often the inside of a tyre is worn right through to the canvas. It might still have good tread visible from the outside. Unless you lift it, you're not going to know. They also go faster. And the ABS units and that, if they're not looked at, if the ABS light's on and no one checks it, well then it's still not going to be safe. So yeah, there's a lot of issues there.
People have noted that in Australia they have a once-a-year system for all cars. Why does it work there?
Well, according to our documentation, there's 700, in New South Wales, there's 700 dedicated police officers to road transport. We've got 250. We also have far worse roads. We also have cars. We've got the biggest car park or different type of cars in the world. And we've got a lot of Japanese imports, which Australia doesn't have and won't allow in the country. So, you know, there's probably older cars, worse roads, so we definitely think it's a good scheme, the current one.
Does the MTA have any plans to challenge the decision?
Well, we think it's a fait accompli. We do not believe that we can change it, but we'll certainly be still consulting with them over the coming months as they try and implement a lot of the stuff. So we are hoping that maybe someone will see the light of day, but yeah, we're just hoping, yes.
Former MTA National President Roker, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.